So, Jurassic League. Now, it's really hard to say this is exactly something made for me. I mean, I'd honestly be more interested in a oddly specific in-universe type story, like something exploring the complex intricacies of Carmine Falcone's business, or something interesting in Green Lantern. But I will say, this is something that, at the very least, involves probably two of my biggest interests, that being dinosaurs and DC. I honestly want to keep what I know very vague. Like, I don't know if anyone's 100% certain whether this is the Justice League turning into dinosaurs or humanoid dinosaur people that have always existed like this. Actually, never mind. I think the implication is this is just a dinosaur world. Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards. That was what made more sense. But anyway, overall, this looks very interesting. Designs are very unique. Art looks vibrant, and I'm very interested in reading it when it comes out. I've kind of wanted to get into talking about comics more. I wanted to talk about Batman Earth 1 for a bit, but kind of need to see how the Batman movie plays out since that comic has sort of influenced it. But anyway, getting back to this one, I think part of my initial reaction was sort of thinking, why not make the dinosaurs more dinosaur-like? I think more dinosaur-looking characters would be more preferable. And I feel like you have some fun with some size differences, like sauropods being much larger, or having a raptor member that's notably smaller. That being said, thinking on it more, I think it makes sense to accept a more humanoid-like quality for the sake of proportionality and such. I think it requires more creative power to make these designs than what I was thinking. I figure on that note, we talked about the four characters we are seeing in display. First we have Superman, who is rocking a Dr. Manhattan. In a sense, he doesn't seem to have any clothes on. He's going full nude. A little odd because Batman and Wonder Woman are both clothed, while Joker's out there breathing free. I guess part of it's a design thing, because okay, if Superman's a blue dinosaur then, it just makes sense for him to go all blue, while Batman and Wonder Woman aren't designed quite like this. Also, Superman's a sauropod. I mentioned earlier the idea of size differencing, but proportionally all of these guys are much bigger dinosaurs, scaled down to be a smaller size, and I think a Brachiosaurus has a much stronger face than the likes of, I don't know, a traditional iguanodont or something. Also, there's the fact that sauropods are generally a symbol of power. I mean, they're like the biggest of all these dinosaurs. And if nothing else, this design feels very powerful. Overall, I like this design. I think it's very fitting for Superman. Now, the next design, which is the most prevalently featured and favorite of them all, is the Batman one, where he's straight up a carnivorous dinosaur within a batsuit. I like the sort of feeling that there's still a little bit more of his mouth inside of his mask thing. It's a sense of, containing the beast. And I like a lot of the clothing-esque aspects around it. I am sort of questioning what kind of theropod dinosaur this is. Like, I'm assuming they're basically going for a T-Rex, with, a lot of the strong features. Funny enough, a lot of theropods, this isn't a T-Rex specific thing. Like, basically every single theropod has, tiny front arms. And this guy has massive freaking arms tied more into the more humanoid aspect, and you can imagine they are pretty useful for action. Also, it's worth noting, I think out of all sort of big DC Justice League characters, Batman's the most translatable to Elseworlds. I mean, I feel like he's just so widely portrayed. He's a very down-to-earth guy, at least in terms of his physicality. He and a lot of characters around him are associated with psychology. Other DC characters, I'd very much rather see more conventional stories with them, whereas Batman, well, yeah, go ahead, go wild, have fun with him. Then there's Wonder Woman, who, got a lot of spikes for your head. I just keep thinking, well, she uses a sword, but why it just look... Honestly, this is just a thing with a lot of Strachosaur-like dinosaurs, where I see all their spikes and it's like, be careful, all that stuff looks sharp. Overall, my least favorite design out of the big three. Now, Vajoka, Mr. J, well, you certainly look all ugly and scraggly. There's a lot of dinosaurs with head crest things, but it looks most associated with Guanlong, compared to a more two-piece type from the like of Dilophosaur or something. That mouth is definitely more toothy than a Guanlong. He also has giant, almost Therizinosaur-type claws, similar to that to the Arkham Joker Titan. Which, quick aside, this boss isn't that bad. Like, I could see how it's disappointing, sure, and you don't even do as much direct fighting as you do with other Titans, but I don't know, it works with the Joker because he's lame. And the fact he keeps doing the whole cheering for crowd thing, I'm just left thinking, okay, he does this 3 times, But Poison Ivy does the whole exposing yourself, pointing to you, laughing 9 times. That boss is way more annoying on a technical level. Anyway, sorry, little Arkham Games take tangent. Gotta love him. Also, they seem to have given him some flying vestigials. Whatever at this point. Normally I'd hate, like, another portrayal of the Joker, but within Crazy Wild Paleo World, anything's game, man. Go old Darkseid. Anyway, the thing I think I like most about this design is him having a little striped tail. Of course, he's also mostly bare, much like Soup, because stripes are a pretty common thing within Reptilia. And we'll see a bit of action where stuff's pretty intense. It's sort of interesting to think, okay, these are normally non-powered people, and of course giving them the sudden bonus that they have, like, dinosaur fierceness and claws, and it's like, that's a pretty interesting fight. Now, to speculate on a few other characters, well, specifically thinking conforming to this sort of style, I can't help but think of them with, like, a dinosaur-y counterpart. Like Flash being a Gallimimus or Aquaman being a Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus would be very in-jokey. I'd be curious about Paleonods as well as DC nods. If never Batman villain, I think Riddler would make a rockin' Troodon, which is an invalid genius, by the way, but that's just to troll dino people. You know, I think an Ankylosaur typeface would look kind of cute on someone. Actually, something which may indicate a part of the story. Super Brachiosaurs adopted by humans. Yeah, humans straight up exist in this universe. Caveman types. That's really cool. Can't wait to see it in color. Knowing that this is a world of humans and dinosaurs makes me think, will there be, like, class system, human-dinosaur racism? How advanced is society? I hope they don't dwell on it too much. I'd rather they focus on some crazy dinosaur threat over some syndrome Lex Luthor human. Anyway. But overall, very hyped for this, especially now that I talked this stuff out. Damn. Move over Jurassic World Rise of the Skywalker. This Jurassic League is more my jam. DC Heroes is Justice League members. DC Heroes is dinosaurs. Let's do this. Let's have some fun.